Hi guys, welcome back to the Yorkshire Modeller. Finally back with you with issue 29 of the Battleship Bismarck. So, most of you that follow the videos will know that this has been a bit of an issue getting, to be honest. A bit of an issue. Basically, Hachette didn't send it to the suppliers. Everybody's had the same problem with issue 29. My issue 30 hasn't arrived yet either. I've been into the newsagents this morning to pick this one up. It's on their dispatch note, but nothing was sent, so they're thinking they'll get it tomorrow morning, which for me is when you guys will be watching this video around the time it's uploaded. So what I'll do, I'll put this video up as normal on the Thursday morning, and then when I get the next issue, so issue 30, I'll record that as quick as I can and get it up as quick as I can, so we'll be back, hopefully back on track for next week to go back to issue 31. So with this issue, because it's been a couple of weeks, we get the next part for the bridge deck and a few other bits. So I'll just put the camera back down to the desk and we'll have a look and see what we get. So this is issue 29. And so all the parts we get there, the mast deck, fitting the bridge lighting, fitting the lower mast decking, and then that's it. So we actually get to pretty much complete the bridge deck this week, or where the bridge actually sits. So these are all the parts we get. A couple of these bits need to be glued on, which I'm going to try something different for this week. I'm going to see if it works. Let me just have a look at the last one I tried it on. Make sure there's no discoloration or anything. That one then. Yeah, it was that one. No. So, what I'll do, I'll move all the bits out of the way that we don't need to begin with. So all you need is the deck section, so like the bridge section, which is this one here. You need that, and I'm going to move the rest of these parts over just slightly out of the way over here, so we know what we're looking at. Right, so take the lower mast deck 29-1, that's this big one here, and the section of decking 29-2, which is the smaller one actually, so the smaller one of the two decking sections. Check how the decking fits on the forward part of the lower mast deck. Right, I'm just going to move my microphone up a little bit. It's catching on my t-shirt. That's better. So, and indicated by the arrow. So obviously that's just having a look at the images in the magazine as well. The decking 29.2 should lie completely flat in the area as shown. So all you do is you take that bit of decking, push it into there. So that's your bridge, and then you just press it down so that it sits totally flat all the way around like that. So that's in there nicely. Perfect. Then we take still with this bit, take the large section of decking 1929 and check the fit on the main part of the mast deck. You will need 4 PB screws. So the PB screws, I have to keep reminding myself, are the black ones. So we just take this. Is it that bit? Yes, it is. Then that bit just sits in there like that. Get the PB screws out. I have a feeling we're going to need quite a few of these this week. So I'll just pop these screws over here. So the decking should lie flat on the lower mast deck, which it does there. Turn the mast deck over. Identify the 4 raised screw sockets fixing the deck in place with 4 2x5mm PB screws. So these are the black ones. that we've got here. So you've got 4 holes for this. So you've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, and that's where we're screwing it in. So we'll pop all these together. It is nice to be back doing another video actually. I've been quite ratty over the last couple of weeks. I've been checking for this magazine every single day since last Wednesday with my newsagent, trying to see if the magazine was in yet. Because I just didn't know what was going on. The only thing I'd heard of was on one of the Facebook groups that there was a delay on it from Hachette, and there wasn't, that nobody had got hold of it. So it was a bit annoying really, because I wanted to get a video up, but there was nothing that I could record. You know, the Aston Martin, the issues with that have kind of been resolved now, so far as I can tell. So that one, hopefully soon enough, will be kicking off again. But like I said before, I don't want to go too much into that one. But that's that deck all attached. Now, fitting the bridge lighting. So what we need for this one is... Where's the bridge lighting? There we go. I nearly threw it away like a pillock. There we go. So, the bridge windows is this fan-like piece here. So you take this, then you've got your LED, which is curved just at that top end there. So what we do with that is we put it in so that it curves downwards, because when this actually goes into the model, it flips up, so it's going to be, the wire is going to be pointing up. So place the command bridge window on your work surface together with the LED cable. Fit the LED cable into the recess of the Windows 29.5. So if we just push this into place like that, there we go. So that's all kind of pushed in. There's no real pressure there. It looks like the actual plastic that the windows are on hold that together. Then turn the bridge window panel over and fit. Turn the bridge window panel over and fit the window panel to the underside of the lower mast deck so that the tabs on the window panel fit into the slots forming the windows. The window panel should hold the LED in place. So that's that way around. Yeah, so basically you've pushed that in that way around, so when you put this into the model, it goes in that way. So basically, if I can get this so you can see it, and then that pushes in there like that, and then that will hold that LED in place. Fix the bridge window panel in place with a 2mm silver PV screw. So these are the ones that can look a little bit not countersunk. So it's these ones here. So if you've built the Millennium Falcon, they're exactly the same screws as you attach the panels on with. So I'm just wondering where this attaches to now. Because if that's there, I'd be there. Right, so when your windows are in like that, on your panel, the actual window panel, it's the hole just there, and it goes straight into the screw hole underneath it. So let me just hope I can get this in properly. There we go. So don't screw it too tight for risk of breaking the plastic, but that's that all attached. And then as you can see, you've got all the windows in there, so they'll all light up nicely when they're done. Now it's take the B7 sticker. I'm going to unwrap this. go. So that's that unravelled. Straighten that off. Then we just take the sticker and we do the same thing we've done in previous issues with the lighting on the underside of the bridge deck. Let's take that. If I can just attach it onto there like that, that's it. That's it, and then scoop that around there so you've got, can't really see that, there you go. So the B7 one is all attached onto there. So that is that bit done for now at least. Next is fitting the lower mast deck. So we take the other deck section that we get with this issue and the third section of decking, which is this one. So that bigger one, and fit the decking into the forward end of the lower mast deck. You also need the two guard houses. So these are the two guard houses here. So if we just push this in, there's two little holes at the back there. So what you'll do is you'll just push this, he says. So it's those two kind of hexagonal holes. One bit will go in there, one will go in there. So that's in place like that. There you go. So, with the decking in place, identify the fixing points for the two guard houses and check the fit. Apply a little super glue to the back of the first guard house and fix it in place. So, the guard houses need to go with their flat side. So, if I try and hold that like that. So you can see there, it's this side here, the flat one, that goes against that wall, or rather, that wall just there, and the other one will go just there. Is it, or is it the other way around? Let's try it that way. Nearly carpet monster. Picture itself's not very clear, but I think it might actually be the other way around. So, yeah, so they go like that. So that flat side there goes facing aft. So you can just glue those in there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a trick that Martin Thompson has given me, which is using normal model glue rather than super glue. Now, I have absolutely beep tons of this stuff, like the Tamiya extra thin and stuff like that. I did try it on another piece, like a couple of the scrap sprues, and it didn't seem to cause any problems to the plastic. So I'm going to try it on these as well and see if it holds them in place. Now the Tamiya extra thin that I'm using has got the capillary action. So for those of you that don't know what that means, basically the glue itself is so thin that it can fill up the gap between the two pieces quite easily. So that kind of flows into the gap. So if you've made like Airfix kits and things like that before, where you use the thicker glue, you have to run the glue down the seam or just on the little pins, push everything together and it holds it there. That thick glue is good for that kind of thing, but if you want to just hold your two pieces of plastic together like that, and then you put a seam of glue down the middle, the extra thin just seeps in and melts the plastic. So I'm kind of hoping that's what it does with these. I will update you when actually that's set already. So those two deck houses are now in and there's no movement on them at all. So see if I can find you the one I tested it on. Anyway, it was on one of the old sprues that I tested the glue on before, and it worked an absolute treat. There was no damage, no colour changes or anything like that, and it seems to have worked all right with this one as well. So there you go, all attached. So Now then, what we need now is, with the first guardhouse glued in place, repeat it for the second guardhouse into place, which we've done. Place the bridge deck structure, so that's this one, that we've been working on up till recently, on your work surface. And then we take the part that we've just glued the two deck houses onto and just put that straight over the top there. So we'll line up all the holes, push that in, push that in, push that down, push that down. There we go, that's all clicked into place. Yep, that's perfect. All in. So that's that deck on top of the one we've already done. And then position the lower mast deck structure on top of the lower mast deck base as shown. So this goes through here. The cable for the bridge lighting goes through that hole there. And that goes on there like that. Oh crap, there we go. So that's all on there. And then holding the three layers together, carefully turn the assembly over, fix the three pieces together with 4 black PB screws. So it will be that hole, that hole, that one, and that one. And then that's everything done for this issue so far as I can see anyway. There's nothing else left to do. We've got no extra parts to attach. So same as always, you get an extra screw for each of the 2 types we get with this this week's build. So that one's in. There we go. And then last one. There we go. So that's all in. That's all attached. So that's the next section finished. So, issue 29 then, all done. Next time we get another starboard hull section, director tower and rangefinder dome assembled and fitted to the model. And what we have so far is this. So, more decking obviously to go there. There's a few more bits and bobs that will go on top of here, but it's starting to look quite good now. And when the first bit of decking with the forward gun is brought in as well, when this thing's finished, I need a bigger camera, but yeah, it's really starting to come on now, so loving it. So yeah, hopefully issue 30 will be up in the next couple of days. I'm going to keep harassing my news agent to try and find out about that one. Just tilt that down a bit more. I'm going to keep harassing my news agents to find out when that one's going to come. But until the next time, which hopefully won't be too long, we've had a couple of bad runs lately, haven't we, of this? You know, Bismarck not being up for 2 weeks when I was on holiday, and then we've had another, 2-week gap now. So hopefully it'll all be sorted within the next few days. Then we'll be back on track, ready for issue 31 next Thursday. But until the next time, which will be issue 30, like I say, hopefully in the next couple of days, happy modelling, guys.